Hey guys, this is Steve Huff, SteveHuffPhoto.com. I'm here today with a cool little accessory for the Leica M10. It can also be used for the Leica M9, the Leica M240, and so forth. It's in this little box right here. Let me see if this will focus. I'm using the Sony Face Detect on the A7R III. That's what's filming this with a Zeiss Batiste lens, 18mm. If I don't cover my face with what I want to show you, it won't focus because it wants to focus on the face. But anyway, here's a little box, and this came from Walter Leica. Okay, so here is the little pouch. It comes with a little leather flap, and if we open that leather flap, you will see a little eyepiece. Now, this is actually my older one that fits the M240 monochrome. This is the, let me focus. This is the coral contrast lens from Walter Leica. But I have a new one that I have on my M10 right now. I'm gonna unscrew it. And this one was made for the M10 because the M10, oh, there's my eye, has a larger eyepiece, right? So here is the new eyepiece from Walter Leica, the new contrast lens. It is, that's what it's called actually, a contrast lens. It's handmade by Walter. It's made out of brass. He uses top quality glass and lenses. And what this is for is it screws on the back of your Leica M10, like so. And what this will do for you, when you look through it as the lens is attached, it's going to add a golden color, a golden hue, and higher contrast, which results in an easier to focus and easier to see rangefinder. Meaning, when you shoot a rangefinder, I'm not looking through the lens. So I could technically put my lens cap on and I could still see and I can still focus because you don't see through the lens with a Leica M camera. You're looking through a rangefinder, and inside that rangefinder, there is a rangefinder patch. And you line up these two little patches to focus on whatever you're focusing on. So it's totally independent of the lens. This is not a through the lens kind of viewfinder. And you know, I have to admit this camera is just gorgeous. And I'm still loving the Leica case on it because of this magnetic flap. So I don't chimp when I use this case. I just take my shots, and when I get home, I look at what I have. But the contrast lens right here, you can see it fits amazing. The build quality is awesome, and it does aid in focusing. Now, Walter, I've known about Walter for years. As a matter of fact, the coral contrast lens that I bought from him, I got a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I used it on a monochrome, I believe also the M240, and the coral is a different color of contrast lens, but I much prefer the golden, the new golden contrast lens. It just seems brighter. You know, if any of you ever put on a really nice pair of sunglasses that used really nice lenses, and maybe they brighten the scene, sharpen it, add more contrast, that's kind of what this is doing for the Leica camera, for the M10. It just gives a golden kind of color. It enhances that brightness, that sharpness, that depth, dimension. And as I said, it's handmade by Walter out of brass, and it's very high quality. I have no affiliation whatsoever with Walter Leica. I don't make a penny if 10 of you go out and buy one of these lenses. I make nothing. And I only do videos here on YouTube when I either want to talk to you guys about something that you might find interest in photographically wise, or if there's a product that I really like, I want to share my enthusiasm for that product with you. Now, is this contrast lens, is this mandatory? No, not at all. Do you need it to focus accurately? No, not at all. It's basically an enhancement. Makes the camera more enjoyable to use. Like I said, if you put on that really nice pair of sunglasses and you're like, wow, this looks so much clearer, that's kind of what the contrast lens here does for you through the camera. And it just looks really cool on the camera too, because it does add that kind of golden tint. And it kind of reminds me of a sunshine day, sunny day, bright, happy, positive, smiles. Now, this thing doesn't come cheap. Walter makes each one by hand, as I said, top quality materials. He doesn't skimp there, and I think they're made to order. So it takes maybe 1 or 2 weeks from the time you order it. Mine came pretty quick though. He ships DHL for free. There's no cost. He ships DHL. So it arrived nice and speedy and packaged very nice. But they come in at just under $250. But if you're spending $7K on a Leica, or even if you buy a used M, you know, anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000, depending on the model, what's another $250 to make that more enjoyable? Now again, you don't need it. It's not a mandatory, it's not a necessity item for your Leica, but it does make it more enjoyable and easier to see through that viewfinder. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Plus, Walter has been in the Leica community for a long time, making very unique handmade products. You can see them all at walterleica.com. And again, I have no affiliation with Walter. He's a great guy and he makes great products that actually are useful. He also sells diopter lenses and prescription lenses that screw onto the back of your Leica M. So that's really cool. And I want to tell you guys, I kind of showed you guys this bag the other day a little bit. I gave you guys a quick flash of it. This is a new bag from blackforestbags.com. Now they came out with a couple of bags, I believe it was last year, and I reviewed them. And I have to be honest, this bag, they have upped their quality dramatically. So look for a review of this very soon. They have not yet released it, but I have the 2 previous Black Forest bags and they were great, but this is on another level for them. This is a really nice bag and they have very affordable prices. So be on the lookout for that. But I just wanted to share the Walter Leica contrast lens, the golden contrast lens with you. It's a great product. If you own a Leica M, check it out at walterleica.com. This is Steve at stevehufphoto.com. If you like this video, thumbs up and subscribe. There'll be more later. And let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. What do you want to see me review or talk about or show you guys? Because I can pretty much get anything in the photographic world if it's worthy to talk about. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all. Bye.